Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the committee spaces. Hope you got your arguing pants on, because I do. Today has drained me.
No. We got 2 games coming up.
I know. We
Get your
haven't
energy
even
back
gotten
up.
started yet. Oh, brother.
Well, it's going to be a ranty kind of episode, so buckle up.
ISOs from everyone.
Who's calling? Yeah.
ISO.
Right. Because, nigga, I was using numbers today.
You guys got people outside of their comfort zone. This is crazy.
And that's why I should be most improved, because when am I again?
Well, Shawnee, there's different criteria, like
depending on who you are, Yeah.
There's, best committee member on the best team, like we got different things here. So
No, I went from vibes to numbers. At the beginning of the season, I was on, nobody was checking for my analysis.
I mean, we're talking we're talking a two-way player now.
Exactly. Versatility.
Or, I don't know, because I feel like you always had it in you. You just never used the opportunity.
So it's a consistency.
Are you?
And so I'm not sure. I think that.
Are you using? Wait, are you undercutting? No, wait one darn minute. They're gonna give it to Yana, aren't they?
They don't have to give it to me, but I'm just saying.
They're gonna feel bad and give it to Rashard, huh? What is going on?
At the end of the day,
not y'all splitting the vote and Shard winning.
Nope. What's gonna happen is the vote's been split, and now Andrew's gonna win it. So
I heard Andrew got a 5th place vote.
I appreciate you believing in me, Yana.
Oh man.
Okay. So folks are gonna trickle in, but we could go ahead and get started. So Breanna Stewart was named MVP as first reported by the committee sports group and later announced by the league. Let me say that again. As first reported by the committee sports group and then officially announced by the league today.
Can you say that again?
Breanna,
can you say that again?
Yeah, because I'm glad you say it again, because I haven't seen really anybody else saying it. So
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, go ahead.
As first reported by the committee sports group and then officially announced by the league. That's a complete statement.
Yep, and
so
yeah.
You guys can copy it. You can copy that down and use it verbatim. In this case, I give you permission to plagiarize.
In those articles, in those tweets, I ain't seen nothing today. And just know, we're as legit as we come, and we're doing all the work. We got all the sources. I promise you, if we put something out, you're safe to quote it.
Yeah. So when someone says sources, as much as it might pain you, as much as it might sting your tongue, as much as it might come out of your throat all spiky, say it.
Mm-hmm. Because when it was these white organizations, the predominantly white ones, there was no problem quoting. There was no problem quoting when it was the Next or somebody like that. The predominantly white organizations, there's no problem. We've seen notifications pop up with them getting credited. So just know, as we go forward, if something is reported by the committee, you can say, as reported by the committee, because that is exactly what it is.
Where are y'all journalism ethics?
There's nothing like that.
Because let me say something about that. I feel like, as much as we joke and we play and we have a good time, we still got 6, 7 actual journalists on this unit. Media, traditionally trained media people in this group. So when we put stuff out, we understand the tenets, we understand the principles of journalism, we understand we took them classes.
Mm-hmm.
And we doing non-traditional media. So again, I need folk to put respect on our name. And especially if you claim to rock with us,
and stop
because we're 2 for 2 now. We're 2 for 2 now.
And it ain't
two biggies.
Yeah. And I promise we're not going anywhere. So let's go ahead and update the standards. I promise you, we are a business. We are a reputable organization. And it's safe to quote us and say that the committee reported blank, because we did.
So, as I was saying, as first reported by the committee and later officially announced by the league, Breanna Stewart was named MVP. Now, there's been discussion with just about every accolade, and I hate we keep doing this, but let me put a spoonful of sugar for the medicine. It is great for the league that we have these discussions. I said this the other day, like we're debating most improved player. That's great. This wasn't happening years ago. We're dissecting first and second teams. We're talking about all rookies. Like there are some wonderful discussions coming from the women's game. So it is not the fact that my favorite or Dawn's favorite did not win. The issue I am having is the why. Because for me to have 3 candidates and one of them you're saying, oh, well, just give it to her because the other 2 are probably going to win at some point or they've already won one. Bullshit. For you to say, oh, well, she's been that girl since UConn. We're not talking about that. We are talking about this year in 2023. What are we doing now? And yes, the award is narrative-based and can be narrative-based. The award is arbitrary and up to people's discretion, which is why we're calling for transparency. Because for Asia Wilson to get a 4th place vote, that
insane.
That shit is wild.
That validate not that we need it, because we 10 toes down about everything we say every time we say it, but that validates everything we have been saying. A 4th place vote is insane.
And the fact that Salute and Sabrina got a vote is even more insane.
Thank you. So when we say things like show your work, if you can't show that work or the work is bullshit, please don't be upset when you get told that and step your cookies up. Because that's another thing that's starting to bother me. Everybody's saying like, oh, you can't have an opinion. Oh, you can't say nothing on Twitter. Because, fam, if somebody fact checking you or, pointing out the logical fallacies in your argument causes you to spiral, I don't think this is for the job for you. Because let me tell you something, as one of the 7 journalists within this unit, if my job is to tell a certain story and either the subject or the people that are paying me to write this tell me that my stuff is wrong, you can't get pissy. You have to adjust. So I need people to really put their big they undergarments on.
That was so good.
And really just because I want to make sure everybody that's crying.
everybody needs
boss up a little, folks, because if you're going to be media, you can't do that. It should not take all of this. And for players and coaches to be on here saying the exact same thing we're all saying, there needs to be some sort of discussion.
And that's not even, if it's one thing to vote one person for MVP or whatever, right? Over the other out of the 3, right? But 4th place, that should be immediately revoking voter privileges. I don't that is such an egregious vote, and there's no way for us to know, because no one's ever going to come out and take the responsibility for that. That's not going to happen. So now we just wait, I guess, until next year, until we see if there was another vote that feels just as egregious, I guess, because there's no transparency. These votes mean so much more. It's not just an accolade. It's not just an award. We're talking about the sponsorships that come after it. We're talking about legacies. There's so much responsibility behind these votes, and we can't even discuss them because we don't know who is voting. We don't know why they're voting. We don't know anything. Besides the fact that Asia Wilson got a 4th place vote, and that is insane.
So it hurts the league too, because it goes back to that Sam Thomas situation, right? Where it was no fault of her own that she's now the center of attention for a negative reason, but it really makes the game look unserious when stuff like that happens. And I don't know who tweeted that earlier. I think it was Natasha Cloud, where they was like, I think people would do things differently if they knew people were watching. And let me tell you something. I can say firsthand that that is true. Because one time, we, the committee, sports group, a media organization who releases our rankings, I slipped up that one time. I think Lo was on here. And
yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like Dolores dragged. Yo, because I put something in the wrong place. And I said something and Dolores went ham. And I was like, true. Because I was out drinking that weekend. But you know what? I paid attention from then on there. I paid attention. I paid closer attention from then on out. And that's the stuff that happens. Even if it was an accident that you voted Asia fourth, guess what? I bet you'll pay attention next time if we knew who you were.
That's a fact.
Let me just say this. Everything, I know, like, a lot of the girlies love me and I appreciate y'all so much, but a lot of the girlies don't. And it's not the fact that I'm rude. It's not the fact that I'm nasty, like y'all like to say. It's not the fact that I'm toxic. It's the fact that I'm pointing out stuff that sometimes you don't want to hear. Sometimes it doesn't point your favorite in the best light. But I will say this, I never disrespect anyone. We on here talking about, oh, y'all hate Stewie, the disrespect towards Stewie, y'all acting like Stewie had a bad season. Nobody said that. Nobody didn't say anything about her. Nobody said anything negative. Nobody said anything of that. But I just want y'all to know, like, if everything that I have said from day one, I said the moment the ink dried on them contracts, this shit was going to go like this. And every single thing has gone exactly like I said it was. I'm not psychic. I'm not Miss Cleo. I just know that because of how this league works. If I can call that out, a regular girl just tuning in, watching, that is an issue. That's a problem. And I made a whole thread about it. I said, this is no fault to Stewie. Don't come jumping in my mentions, jumping on Stewie, because Stewie is that girl and Stewie can hoop. But I would put my last dollar with y'all, none of that. If Stewie had this season where, because if we're going to keep it, like, they keep saying, okay, well, Stewie and Asia had such similar stats. So then the tiebreaker is the best player on the best team. That's what we've been given. You know what I mean? Like, Asia, by midway through the season, was no longer on the super team, correct? Because the super went down, and it was just a team from last year, correct? Right? Okay, cool. She drug that team to the finish line as the number one team through adversity, not just losing Candace Parker, but losing Raquana Williams too. And I feel like the girls are kind of forgetting about that, so I'm going to remind you. Lost Raquana Williams too, which, to some bullshit, she don't deserve to play. Hell, lately, stay where you at, girly. But at the end of the day, that's a key piece of the team. She drugged that team with Kia Stokes and Alicia Clark at 4.
Wait a minute.
I'm not being shady. Y'all know.
Defensive player of the year, Kia Stokes.
Kia, like you always say, Kia is good for what she's good at, but Kia is not a starter in this league. Period. Drug Kia Stokes to the finish line as a number one team, despite a huge punch from that number 2 team. And a lot of the girlies thought they were going to overtake them, and Vegas was just going to fold. Asia led that team through some shooting slumps through her guards, because her guards weren't the best sometimes throughout the end of the season, and still prevailed to that number 1 spot. Tired and raggedy, tire blown out, a dent in the side of the car, but she did that. If that had been Breanna Stewart, we would not even be having conversations about anybody else. And I know, like, mid-season, because I know mid-season, I was on podcasts like, oh, it's up in the air. I don't really know right now. But the way that Asia drug her team, literally, through that finish line, that's MVP. And I just, once again, like I said, there's no shade to Stewie, but I guess I just don't see how we don't see that. I don't see how Asia Wilson gets a 4th place vote. That's that. And I know like the girlies like to say, oh, y'all making this up. No, that's weird as fuck. Excuse my French. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That's weird. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, excuse my French. I'm sorry. But that is weird. Like, how does an Asia get a 4th place but not a Stewie? What was that different between you know what I mean? Like,
it was nothing. It was just hate.
It's just also weird, and I feel like today was a day that the girlies start to see it, because a lot of time the girlies don't be on our side. Even to the girlies, we be, y'all doing too much. But I feel like today the girlies started to see it. I just feel like maybe today will be a point that we can start to go in the other direction, or we can start to really wake some of these things up and talk about them, because that 4th place vote was egregious. And I'm sorry, I'm sticking to it. If and I'm gonna double down because I'm gonna say it again. If that was Breanna Stewart had the end of the season and drug her number 1 team through the finish line like Asia did, she would have been MVP damn near unanimously. And I stand on that. But we got to do better. Like, I don't even really have the words, because quite frankly, I'm an empath, and my feelings are genuinely hurt for Asia because she had the best season of her career. And the girlies been saying it all along. This is the best Asia's played. This is the best season. And they have not said that about Stewie. So what does it say that this has been my best season? Y'all can acknowledge that this has been my best season, and you give me a 4th place vote and I don't win. My feelings hurt for it. And y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but I don't even have it in me, because I'm not going to be able to say the right words or the nice words or anything polite. So I'm going to shut up.
And I just want to add, like, she's doing all this in just 30 minutes of play. Like, just 30 minutes. That's insane.
And see, okay. There's that to me is why not only we that's another reason why we need to see who's voting, because someone brought up a point that with, WNBA journalists, a lot of them have to have another job because the league is not at a place to where, you can just cover women's basketball and have your bills paid. And, I respect that. However, the Committee Sports Group, an independent media company, also has full-time jobs and still manages to watch pretty much every game. We watch a lot of them with y'all. So y'all hold us accountable for where we actually at these games and where we actually seeing what's going on the court. And I don't think a lot of people are doing that. I think a lot of people are copying other people's papers. And then when, one point gets made, it starts getting parroted. Because it doesn't make sense to me that any other time numbers matter until numbers don't matter. Because, like, I was arguing with dude today, and I was like, he was like, she outscores Asia. Like, yes, by 7 points, 919 to 912, and Stewie took 70 more shots than Asia to get those 7 points, and did it on like 7 percentage points less than Asia. And it's like, if you actually watch the games, you would see that Stewie played like garbage every time Vegas showed up, which was like 9 times. Like, she went 3 for 15, 1 for 7 in one game. And people are like, oh yeah, but like they beat the Aces. First and foremost, what is that? Like, you don't get banners for that. It's supposed to be about what's going on and not beating one specific team. So it really bothers me that like Asia could be statistically better in every category than Stewie, like efficiency wise, and then on top of that have that 53-point game, because I feel like Lo is 1000% correct in that if Stewie had a 53-point game, there would be no more conversations. It would be who is coming in second in this MVP race, because she has some 40-point games and they were shoving it down our throat. You're not going to tell me that she came close and now we're still having this discussion. So I just need people to be honest about some stuff, and that's why we need transparency.
And I feel like also, I tweeted this earlier, but I really want the W, and honestly college basketball as well, to create an Offensive Player of the Year award. Like, I think sometimes because there's a Defensive Player of the Year award, you have that squared away, and everybody attributes the MVP or play of the year in college to offense. Those are the stats that they immediately go to. It's, oh, they have this many points, they have this many assists, and so that's why they should get MVP. And it's like, but you're only valuable on one side. And to me, that's not the most valuable player. That's an offensive player of the year. And if this is offensive player of the year, honestly, I'd still give it to Asia because Asia was more efficient. But to me, when I look at the voting for defensive player of the year, Stewie wasn't even in the conversation. She didn't get any votes. None. She didn't get any votes for defensive player of the year. She made it on the all defense team. But AT and Asia, they were the top 2 vote getters for defense, which means as a whole, you all recognized how valuable and important they are on defense. So now we go to this next award, which I know it's really just all about offense. And AT and Asia are still in the top. So if they're in the top for this award that's really pushed with offense, and they're in the top of this award that's really pushed with defense, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, are we just focused on offense here? Because if we're talking most valuable, basketball is a 2-side game. It's offense and defense. And so if Age is up there for defensive player of the year, and AT included, and they do everything offensively to help their team as well, to me, that's giving most valuable. No?
But I also
I
also think if we're being honest, New York favored to promote Benaja Laney for that accolade this year, right? And like,
whose fault is that?
Come on, it was on the pizza.
I mean, if Stewie is a dominant defender, if she's a dominant defender,
that's all I'm saying. If we're talking about it all,
if she's a dominant defender, though, you don't even have to.
And she got 1 vote. Let's remind the people. Benaja Laney got 1 vote.
Yeah, but my thing is,
but what I
even if Vegas didn't push, my thing is though, if Vegas didn't push, and Connecticut didn't even push AT for defensive player of the year, and if Vegas didn't push, because Vegas didn't really push for any awards, they just tweet.
Yeah,
if they don't push
but
for
I also
defensive player of the year,
but if you ask
it still
Asia,
comes off the screen.
if you ask AT, who are they going to tell you that? Who are some of the more difficult? She's gonna be brought up in the conversation amongst like people who really watch, and us included. Stewie is valuable. She brings value on defense. You can't
she brings value, but not as much. Okay, is what I'm saying.
At first,
when we go,
I think there's
defensive player of the year is about who gave the most value.
We can't hear.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Question: what is the crux of the argument? Are we saying that Stewie's not the most valuable defensive player on her team? Therefore,
my argument is that MVP is both sides of the ball. And if you have 2 players who are in the conversation for basically the top vote getters for defensive player of the year, that tells me that they're the most valued defenders in the league this season. And so when I turn to MVP and I see that these same players are also in the conversation overall, as a whole, it's giving most valuable.
Okay, and Greer, what is your argument? Greer. Okay. So, I agree. And that's where.
And I'll just say it's not knocking Stewie's value on defense because Stewie can defend. She's on the all defensive team. But there's a difference of being on the all defensive team and being in the conversation for defensive player of the year. So when there's 2 players that are literally sitting in the combo for defensive player of the year and MVP, it just screams more valuable on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we had that same conversation during college season too.
Yeah. Which is why I really want them to create a offensive player of the year award, a defensive player of the year, and have player of the year or MVP separate.
I feel it.
And just release the vote because some of these voters do not be watching the game. Like that shit pisses me off. Like
that was gonna be my point. Yeah.
Like, guy Kevin Pelton, like he's doing these votes based off of a warp or whatever you call this shit, like a WNBA.
Okay, Short
You're
Olympics.
talking about
It's warp. Warp
whatever.
or warp. I don't know.
I don't go by that.
We're not. Wait, is this different from Vorp?
Yes.
Whatever.
It's
Oh my god.
It's
I can't
crazy.
keep up.
But he basically stated in the tweet, like, yes, better per minute rating, but the WNBA ballot deadline was Sunday. I didn't get final stats until Monday, so my vote remained Stewart. Like, do you not watch the game yourself?
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean I didn't get final stats until Monday, so my vote remained Stewart? That makes no sense to me.
Like her stats ain't live.
Yeah, like if
Right.
you're a voter, you should take your vote serious enough to watch the games that you cover.
And he's like, he covers the NBA too, and he is one of like the foremost numbersy guys in NBA circles. So like, it's just bullshit, straight up.
Yeah, like I don't get it.
And I also think warp is stupid because to be a field goal percentage is a field goal percentage. I personally, like, y'all know I'm a numbers person, but what the fuck is an efficient field goal percentage, a true field goal percentage? You take the shot, you take the shot. If you miss, you miss. If you make it, you make it. I don't give a damn about well, she took more threes, so because she took more threes, it's a harder shot. And since the three is a harder shot, then we don't dox it as much. She still took the shot. She took the shot. She missed the shot. You make it, you miss it. A field goal percentage is a field goal percentage. Where the fuck did this true field goal percentage, efficient field goal percentage come from? Like, and even if you include that, it still was better by more than 7% in everything that they showed. Like, that don't make sense to me.
The issue I take.
Where the fuck did that shit come from?
The biggest issue I take with the whole thing is what Ryan said on TV the other day.
Yeah.
That is like,
I love that he said it.
I love that he said it too.
I love that he said it.
If somebody has it, please post it. Oh my god.
It's basically what we've been saying. Like,
exactly
but what I'm saying, but like,
yeah,
but he's like a partner for like a national media company. Like, how insidious.
He's one of the people we've been telling to shut
how
up.
How insidious
for like
he is. Like, that's what I think it really gets at. Is like, he talks to people all over the league. Like, where did you form those combination of words? You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can't get on national television and not attribute that to like more than one person or one person. You know, like, it's just so egregious.
Because he said it so confidently and so smooth, like it was just a common thing. And I was happy he said it. Like, you were saying the quiet part out loud that we've been screaming for years. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy he said it. Thank you for being honest and stupidly honest, because I'm pretty sure he probably got some text messages afterwards that were like, why the fuck would you say that?
I'm pretty sure he did. I would
Rebecca Lobo. Nigga, are you serious?
I bet he did. I'll bet he did. After yesterday, I know he got some texts about that. I know he did.
But imagine the reception. Imagine the reception if Carolyn Peckwood said that. They'd be like, all right, let's get you home, Grandma. That's a conspiracy theory. But like Ryan Rucco, like, that's y'all's boy.
Ooh, I know
that's not good.
I know them texts. I know that phone was lit up. Oof.
And I know, like, Yana, I feel like
they're going to yank him from the call tonight.
No, they not.
Personal,
they about to call
personal
you
reasons. You make personal reasons.
We regret to inform you that Ryan will not be available for telecast tonight.
They said, okay, if Asia... Okay. I'm confused.
But they added... Oh, go ahead.
Asia's playing with 4 Hall of Famers. Y'all tell me Stewie is the best since... I mean, Sabrina the best shit since sliced bread every day. Would that not be a Hall of Famer?
They got MVP votes.
Yeah.
They told me Sabrina's the next
MVP. Got a whole MVP vote.
Right. So is Sloot, who also got an MVP vote, who is... I know, like, I think now... Right now, currently, Chelsea Gray is one of the best, like, the best point guard. But I know, like, a couple years ago in Chicago, I'm like, shit, it might be Sloot. Great play. I guess JJ's a MVP. Like, is it not?
But that's
I'm more confused. I'm confused.
This is how I know that. You mean, because you could put Kayla Thornton in the same role of what Alicia Clark is doing. And that's how I know that the power is not hitting the same because she coming off the bench. Alicia coming off the bench as well, but she played way more minutes.
But see, and this is what pisses me off. They never made a decision, and they never had to which white woman they were rolling with. Because you can't tell me that Sabrina is the face of the league, and then I conducted an independent study. People voted instead for like 10 games after that All-Star break. Sabrina was more important and had a better stretch than Stewie. There is no point in time, none, this season when A'ja Wilson has not been the most important person on that team. I don't care who had what game. They will tell you 7 different ways how A'ja Wilson made that game possible just doing what she does.
Same for Alyssa Thomas as well. You're right.
Yes, and DeWanna Bonner, if we were actually paying attention, you would know DeWanna Bonner it had a similar trajectory to Sabrina in comparison to AT. So I'm like, you look at the graphics. Who were they pushing? Who are they still pushing? Sabrina. So it really bothers me that they are not forced to make a decision, because you can't tell me that anytime, like Jackie Young had a hot 6 games to start the season, and folk was like, oh, is she going to be MVP? Well, she, Chelsea closes and A'ja doesn't. Well, KP was leading the team in scoring last year, so maybe she's more important. Like, anytime another player gets hot, then it starts being turned into, denigrating what Asia's doing, and it's bothering me.
When we could clearly see, like,
it was almost like it was already written before Candace went out, before Bree Jones went out.
Yeah. Wait, because somebody said that. Somebody of the independent media company said this exact thing at the beginning of the season, that there was going to be a typecast. One team in darker uniforms would be casted as the villain, while the whiter team would be the protagonist.
Now, are the darker uniforms their skin or their actual uniforms? Which one?
I'll let you decide. Double on Andre. Don't ask how.
I just feel like everything is bullshit because, like, even at the beginning of the season, like, everybody, not us, but like a lot of media outlets kept saying that both teams are super teams. So why is that different now when it comes to Stewie in the conversation for MVP? And why is it that A'ja is still on the super team, even though they lost a few players due to injuries and personal reasons?
They lost Hall of Famer Candace Party.
Man, but I've been screaming this since mid-season. This has literally been why I've been so hard on pressing people about, is Vegas still a super team? Because I knew from the depths of my soul that they were going to use that against A'ja and not Stewie because of just the narratives around it. Every time people talked about A'ja, it was, but she got help. She got through. There's 4 All-Stars on that team. Nobody ever talked about the drop-off after the 4 All-Stars. And that's not saying I love the girls on the team, but when you got damn near 80% of your offensive production coming from 4 people, it's tough. Can't nobody have a day off. And in August, a whole lot of players was having a day off, but you know who wasn't? A'ja. And somehow, some way, they still the number 1 seed. Why? A'ja. And so when I was having that conversation and everybody kept saying, but Candace is there, she's there, but she's not on the court. So is Vegas still a super team, or is this just the same team from last year who was voted in the preseason to finish 5th, who wasn't even expected to win their series versus Seattle? People didn't pick them to win that series. And then when they went to Connecticut, people thought they could win, but Vegas struggled versus Connecticut last year, so it was up in the air with that as well. So Vegas wasn't a super team until Candace came along. And when Candace went down, why are we still pushing the narrative of them being a super team? And then that narrative of super team only hurt one player who has less depth on her team than the other player.
Exactly.
If you're gonna ding people for having a super team, AT should win out flat.
Because it's 2 MVPs playing on New York right now.
3.
Yeah.
Damn, 3.
And you know how I know everybody? Folk know Asia had a generational season. And you know how? Because one thing about a hater, one thing that makes a great hater is a fixation and an attention to detail, right? When she had that two...
This is diabolical. Keep going.
Everybody knows.
When she had that 2 of 14 game, it was on CNN. I'm getting breaking news text that Asia Wilson done shot 2 of 14 in a game for like the first time ever. Stewie, one of the things that pisses them New York people off about me is that I'm consistent. And also, I have a lot of material to go off of. So when I post a screenshot to start an argument, don't give me the screenshot and I wouldn't be able to post it and start an argument. But I have the screenshots. Stewie was like taking 20 shots to score 21 points. That's not good. 25 shots the other night to score 19. And yes, this is a postseason stat line, but that's not the first one. Ask me how I know. That's not the first time she has stunk to the high heavens. And that is why she took 70 more shots to score 7 more points. Because if you actually watch the game, Breanna Stewart was in a nasty, nasty James Harden bag. And we kept saying it on this stage that she was hunting for fouls and she was trying to go for the call instead of going for the shot. And so when that happens, she's launching some very nasty looking gas-inducing shots. That factors into the efficiency. So it's like the eye test said like Stewie was doing some stuff that was kind of odd this year. But you got to watch the games. You got to really pay attention and not have... And you know how this is said? Like, I have an agenda. And I still was able to, like, put it aside and make objective observations. So everyone's full of shit is really what I'm saying. That's the long and short of it.
And I want more logic on like I just feel like AT's situation this year has been like just really weird because like the votes were just either you really really believed in her or you really just did not care at all. It is very weird for her to have so many first place votes and then for her to have like basically little to none second place and a whole lot of third, and that being what stopped her from getting the award. That was really, really odd.
If I could just say
that 4th place vote.
Really quickly, because I know I'm kind of ball hogging, but I'm gonna throw it back to the stage. The players chiming in on that, and then all of a sudden everyone is on the AT train. You voted her 7th as the 7th best player for All-Star break. So tell me how now she's had this incredible, undeniable season, and just hasn't gotten enough shine. When you voted her 7th best, you said she doesn't bring the hose out. All-Star break, and now you're telling me that she's that girl? I'm sorry, I'm not feeling it. Craig, go ahead. Wait, sorry.
I was just gonna ask, like, what would it look like for us to add like a coaches? Poll to the.
They petty too. Everybody's petty.
Everybody's petty.
I think it got to level out somewhere.
No, it's not.
Maybe
the coaches were the one who didn't give Candace all defensive.
Exactly.
But maybe you can't vote for your own player.
They couldn't vote for their own players.
They can't. That's a rule.
Point, have some fan votes in there. It'll even it out.
Oh no!
Because
hold on a minute. Hold on.
Like a percentage of the vote. It counts for a percentage of what?
Oh, my bad, Craig.
No, I was just saying, like, what if it counted for like a percentage? It didn't count for the whole thing.
Yeah, like percentages.
I think
because my whole thing is like, the players are like,
because just putting it on the media is just kind of
because they don't watch. But guess what? The players don't watch either, and the coaches don't watch. They watch their own teams. Like the players I think the other day. And then I'm over here.
I think fans should really just be for All-Star.
Let's make the top 3 play knockout for the damn.
Honestly, at this point, I'd rather just get the little dog to do it. Y'all know the little dog that people use to like
I know exactly what you're talking
go
about.
like hit the ball and the thing. Cause like
Well, don't choose a
everybody
turtle.
petty.
Please
Like
don't
the
choose a
players,
turtle because you know how them turtles be voting.
like the players be petty, the coaches be petty, the media's petty. Like I don't know if there's really a solution because everybody moving weird. Like everybody moving
how you gonna
weird.
come on a timeline talking about, oh, you as a player, like players need to vote, and then the next day you're gonna be like, oh, well, I wasn't really watching Asia. Like what?
Oh, and it
That makes
wasn't just
no
her;
sense.
it
That shit
was
confused the fuck out
a
of me because you don't
bunch
watch
of
It makes
the
no
them.
sense. Like how you
Cause she just cooked your ass last round, and you didn't see that. You had front row seats to that ass whooping,
like,
and you didn't know.
She said she didn't know. She
but
said
that's
she
the
didn't know
thing,
she
though.
had
If you
38.
don't know, then you shouldn't speak on it. Because why do you need to vote if you don't
And
watch?
see, that's
that
bullshit. Because even in pickup, somebody get 2 baskets. You asking the next person next to you, you good?
Right.
You good? So nobody was looking at Elizabeth Williams
Now that's
like,
fact.
"Are you all right?"
Exactly.
That's fact. Cause you get scored on twice. I'm gonna be like, you want to switch? like switch. Like not. I don't even. I'm
Nah,
just
I'm eating
saying
his
to
ass.
like
Switch a hard
switch.
foul, some shit. Like do something.
You want to
Cooking
switch?
you the whole game, so you didn't know until after. Stop lying.
Like
Did you
switch.
at
Like
least
cause I
catch the
know.
lead?
They weren't in the huddle talking about it. Like
That shit made no sense.
Or it's gonna be the next time we get in the huddle. It's gonna be you cool? You need something? Like you good? Like
Not
Because
only
if I
that,
don't like you, hey, bruh, she kind of
but
cooking.
it also shows that.
Do you need me to double?
But it also shows that the people that do vote are not paying attention to the matchups between all candidates. Because even if the team lose, are you paying attention to the matchup with the contenders?
I just find it funny how the results are panning out now. So just look at what they're doing now, and it's just kind of head scratching, and it just show you everything that we saying. So the
So
proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I think they have to figure out a way to one kind of phase out the media members that aren't watching because there's just especially like with basketball, there you just can't look at stats. Like you have to watch the game for
It's
even
not that they're
for
not watching; they're only watching one person.
well, yeah, that's
But that's
fine. I
still
mean
they're
they
not watching the game
watching.
overall.
Exactly, but
Like
I'm just
it's just
So
saying, like you can
terrible.
tell
like
in the way that they come on their little podcasts and stuff like that. That's the reason why we started this group. Is
but
because
I mean, like, even then, there's a lot of voters we don't even know. Like, there's a lot of national voters that are literally just national voters. Don't know if they
true.
watch a game, probably never seen an article from them, probably never seen them talk about the W at all. Like, we don't know because they don't release. But I know there ain't 60 media members out there because I be seeing the same about
On
10
the timeline
articles,
every day.
10 people come across all the time. So, like, who are these other 50 to 40 people that are voting? Are you
They taking
watching the
pictures
game?
with Stewie.
I'm like Tommy Davidson. Who are these niggas?
So, like, I don't know. They got to find a way to phase out those people and maybe bring in people who are passionate, who are, grassroots organizations. And that's not a plug. That's not just a plug for us, but a lot of the other groups that are starting their own thing, and you can tell they're watching and stuff like that too. Like, because you
Dream
got to watch
fan.
the game.
Since
Like,
they
you
want to
have
talk
a
about
shit.
statistics,
Yeah.
they should have to take a statistic test.
Because, like, if you're not watching, there's things you're not going to see. Like, there were people snubbed on the all defensive team, and it's probably because their stats just weren't there. There's probably going to be people snubbed on the all
And
team
that's another
just
You
thing.
don't make a
because
People
90
do
on
you
the
not
weren't
bench.
paying
watch
You
because
can't
attention.
vote.
I don't know who sent it to me, but it was some BS explanation as to why Jackie and Natasha wasn't on the all defensive teams. And I'm like, what? Like, come on, now.
Who averaged 0.7 blocks per this
Like,
season?
come on. Now.
well, I got a question. If we can seemingly switch up the narrative before like best player, best teams, because that's typically what
Uh-oh.
MVP is. And I'm sorry to bring it back up, but I'm still not over it and I won't be over it for a long time. If we could take the time to switch that narrative, it's not best player, best team. We gave AT some votes. Stewie won despite not being the best player on the best team, and that's typically what we go with. Why the hell we couldn't switch it up from most improved player and let Jordan Canada win most improved? If we can pick and choose what we're gonna switch up the status quo for, if we're gonna pick and choose, why can't we like people act like it was out of this world to even suggest Jordan Cannon. Well, that's not what we typically do, and it could have been this. Okay, we switched it for that. Why we can't switch it for this girlie?
Satu's light skin, light bright, not from here, from Germany.
No, because to B's point, remember the tweet, they had the official tweet announcing her as most improved, and they was like, injured a year ago, now healthy. Like, bro, that's what we've been saying. Was it based on her being improved or being healthy?
Right. So my thing is, we could switch up the narrative, switch up what we typically do. How come we couldn't, give my girl JC some more love? Because like I keep saying, even though Satu did improve, the award is not called You Just Improved. It is called Most Improved. And if that baby went from 3 to 5, that's good improvement. But if that Jordan damn Canada went from 0 out the damn league to 4, all defensive team, first team with the best girlies in the league, baby, I don't know what's more improvement, and I'm sorry, I can't let it go.
It reminds me of when people were having that argument with Laney and Hines Allen, and people were saying like, oh, well, is it really most improved if you just have an opportunity to play because others are out because it's a wubble season? Like,
not just stealing my talking points. Okay, go ahead.
No, it just reminds me of that. Like, they switch it up every year.
Okay, well, I just wanted to know because I still feel like Jordan deserved it. So, girlies, I was mad because I said Stewie ain't deserved to win. I think the damn people are 0-2. Well, 1-3. I think that Coach of the Year has come cool with. I think they 1-3. So it's not just your girl Stewie. But both, like, I don't have a problem with Stewie. I don't have a problem with Satu. Both amazing hoopers, but I just don't think they deserve the award this year. So.
And Coach of the Year, I don't even know.
That.
That's kind of iffy on me too.
I don't know who's gonna win.
I
don't care about that award, to be honest.
Because I just feel like Connecticut, is
thank you for the honesty.
Kurt Miller's team. But.
Like, they done fucked up 2 awards already, so it's like, shit, fuck it up some more.
My thing is that both sentences can be true. We can't have, old girl as Coach of the Year and then Kurt Miller, one of the up and great upcoming most coaches. This is the same damn team.
Oh, okay. Anybody got anything else they got to get off their chest?
Coach of the Year, Stephanie White getting it wasn't bad though. Like, especially
I don't mind her getting it, but I'm just saying, like, either one of those sentences is not true. Either Kurt Miller is shit and she's great, or she is shit and he's great.
I don't know about that. Damn.
It sounds like the grand solution is to just let us do it. It's 13 of us.
Not.
We don't mind arguing. We show our work. We don't mind arguing. We 10 toes down about whatever we say whenever we say it.
We argue the
I don't know. I feel like we the realest ones, and God gives his best battles to his toughest soldiers. I'm with it.
Can I just say, this is kind of direct of the MVP race. Y'all, please utilize the mute and block button if you are that hurt. Like, I just feel I've seen so many tweets like, we can't even enjoy the award because people are having a discourse about does she deserve it, and we can't even enjoy. Why y'all can't let us have this day? Baby, if y'all don't mute them people and go about your day, because honey, when Asia won it last year, them people been yelling into the abyss because I was not giving them no time of day because my dog won. And so do the same. Do yourself the service and do the same. Like, and the fact that y'all looking, like most of y'all be looking for the tweets, and I'm saying y'all because I know there's some burners in here, and I know those burners are the ones who be looking for the tweets and who be finding the tweets and arguing. Yes, I know it's you. I see you in there.
Hey, Bookie.
Like, go enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Your girl just won. You should be talking big shit in the, like, what homegirls say? Talk your big shit in the abyss, man. Yell in the abyss.
Into the abyss.
Mute some people and go about your day.
But they want to be in on the conversation.
I'm gonna cuss you out if you come in my mentions. So,
cause y'all ain't slick. Y'all know we them girls.
My what you call it don't even like. I don't know if this is a Twitter feature, but a lot of times people I'll see my tweet on somebody else thing and realize it got like 18 comments and like 20 quote tweets. It don't pop up.
Sometimes
it's broken. It's just broken. Like,
I'm
sometimes
about
you
to
don't
say, like,
get.
I don't even
That's
know people be, but then I ain't gonna lie, I do got so many people muted that I don't know, but I don't even be seeing, like,
I
even
won't see him until
the time.
Rashad send them to the group. Like, damn it.
Somebody talk to me today.
Yeah, I don't even be seeing it. I'm like, what's the
app is broken.
Yeah, this I hate I was right about everything, but my God, I was. I need to start playing the lottery.
Lostradamus, you ever had?
I still need you to be wrong about Dallas, but everything else, sure.
No, but that's like that. Y'all asked who could we see potentially getting there, and I said them because they got the pieces.
Like that potential.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. Tonight we do have a game. We have some games.
2 of them.
We have all the games. So Liberty, the Sun took game 1. Beckwick showed up, and she's
back too. She's back in black.
She's back in the black. Hey man, she killing your girl's chances at an open look. What do we see happening in game 2? Because game 1, Beck Allen jumped out, gave them an early lead, and they kind of just hung on from there.
I think Liberty gonna do them bad. And it's not no fault to the Sun at all. Like, I'm not dissing them. I just think that they're embarrassed. They should be, like, you play better from being embarrassed and put in the corner. And I feel like they should be embarrassed from that performance that they had game 1. So, and once again, that's not shady. I'm just saying, like, they just played fucking horrible. So I think they're gonna come out very focused. Yeah, I think they're gonna do their big one.
Tyler?
I'm ready. I tweeted this earlier. I kept seeing tweets about AT and Asia coming out full of spite. Let me tell you right now, Dewana Bonner is pulling up
her woman.
Like, it's gonna be crazy. That's what I'm excited to see, because if anyone's gonna come out with some vengeance on their mind, it's DB in this game. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah,
how
they
she
disrespected them kids' stepmama.
Rashard.
You can't.
The one that had friends.
They missing meals.
Not they can't be missing meals. They missing paychecks. That's money on the table.
This is nasty rumors. Oh my God.
Like,
I think that although I do see New York coming out very strong, I do think they're going to win. But I think Connecticut will make it a game for sure, just because of their defense. And they found some really good sets that really worked for them. I think,
Hive.
Olivia,
I think the whole bench. Ty Harris has been.
Oh no, they found
think
some matchups that work for them. And to be honest, during the regular season, as much as everybody talked about Connecticut not winning, they did get blowout in, I want to say, 1 game. And then the other 2 games were within reach. I think Connecticut kind of just like faltered in the end. And so now that they know that they can win, I think, they'll come out strong. They'll play and defend. I think it's really just the others. Does Beck Allen continue to knock down shots? Does Heidemann or Ty knock down shots? Does Dejanay calm the fuck down and like just stay level-headed? Like, she be like, sometimes when she be coming in, she be doing a lot.
No, for getting Alyssa out of court side, cause shit.
Like, when she's playing level-headed and she's attacking in the right moments, then it's good for Connecticut as a whole. And obviously Ono, like, if she can come in, not get in foul trouble, and defend JJ very well, then it should be a good game.
So basically, if Connecticut bench can outscore New York bench,
it's not even that. I just think throughout the season, Connecticut, they've been adjusting. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it was like the first 2 matchups or the first matchup only that they had Breanna Jones, and ever since then, like, with her going out with the injury, they've kind of been forced to look into like other options. Like, I feel like White has been forced to use the bench, and like towards the end of the season, it's really started clicking. And I think that's been a big difference for Connecticut, on top of their defense. So I do think they're gonna win this game. I don't think they gonna just sweep New York within the series. But I don't know. I feel like they're gonna win this game. I feel like they're gonna keep their foot down their necks and they're gonna take the lead into the Connecticut.
I think the X factors for New York, outside of whatever terrible shooting that Stewie has going on, the real X factors for New York is Laney. Laney was in the first 2 rounds, not the first 2 rounds, but the first 2 games, Laney was really good, right? And then in the second game, she couldn't throw the ball in ocean. She was missing layups, wide open threes, those corner threes that she liked. It helped that Taylor Thornton was playing well, but I think they got to get a lot of production from Laney. I think she changes things for them.
Let's also keep in mind that Alyssa Thomas didn't have the best game last game, so she could be coming on for different mindset this game and playing better than game 1.
Do you think she didn't have a good game, or she was in a flow and let people do their thing?
No, I
don't think she had a good game
in terms of asserting herself like she usually.
Wait, who?
But I mean,
AT.
No, because did you see her step into her getting her jumpers blocked? Nah, she was wilding.
As assertive as she usually is.
Yeah, she was passing the ball late in the shot
what
clock.
the defense gave her, though. Yeah. I wouldn't say she didn't have a good game. I think she started. She started the game being assertive.
For her is not good.
But points ain't never really been her thing though. It's all about and then you got to think about the players that New York have in the paint. She can't just bulldoze JJ over. She's not gonna bulldoze Stewie over. She ain't gonna bulldoze Kayla Thornton over. Yeah. So she gave the ball to the people where offense was working. If she honestly, they would lose that game if she continues to try to assert herself in the paint and try to go after JJ every chance she would lose. They would have lost.
Yeah,
because she was getting her junk tossed repeatedly.
She also was making a lot of mistakes. As far as her playmaking as well too. So that's why I was saying she didn't really have the best game.
I agree. I don't think she played that well. She just did enough not to be a liability. So the next game on the slate, Vegas and Dallas.
Dallas gonna get smoked.
I don't know. I got.
They don't play defense. They do not play no defense. Oh my god.
They try sometimes.
No, they don't try enough. If you want to win, you gotta play defense all 40 minutes. You can't be taking breaks and then shooting dumbass shots. You gotta look for your bigs. They don't look for their bigs.
Bigs don't be playing defense either though. I wouldn't play hard for them.
I done saw so many tweets of people coming at Big T oh, she need to do more and this and that. I'm watching the game and I'm seeing that Big T was 2 of 6 at the moment. I'm not sure how she finished the game, but in that moment she was 2 of 6 and 3 of them shots were misses from an offensive rebound until a foul got called on her. I think only one shot before that out of the 2 that she made, I saw Satu throwing the ball for a pass. I'm not sure where the other shot came from because I missed that, but her teammates are not looking for her.
Wait, is Rashard?
Don't start. But
is Rashard?
Don't start.
Rashard defending Big T?
Johnny's using numbers. Rashard defending McCowan. What is Oh my god!
But I'm just saying.
B, give us an SAT word.
Don't start, y'all, because that is not what I said. That's not what I was saying.
But no, for real, they keep saying oh, Big T gotta do more. Asia been busting Big T ass since college, so it's only so much that she can do on her own in terms of her getting the ball and busting out a little move. Her teammates gotta set her up to be successful and help the team win. They can't just be chucking up shots.
I agree, but
expecting her to make something work every time, and then they be playing that.
Rashard, land the plane.
They be playing so damn quick. It's slow the game down. You're playing against Vegas.
But you asking Dallas to do things that they haven't done all season.
But
so expecting them to change that now is.
That's why
I feel they've done it in flashes, but I feel I don't think the Dallas Bigs are terrible at defense. I think Natasha Howard could do a better job, but I think as far as Big T and Kalani, Asia's just too quick for him. They just literally can't do nothing with her. You know what I mean? And I feel like with Dallas, it could go like one or two ways, right? They could, because we've seen some games where they do what they need, or some quarters or halves where they do what they need to do. So I think they can come out and maybe play through their bigs, do a little better, or they're going to come out trying to press the issue, and Satu and Enrique going to just be throwing up shots. And if they hitting, it could work, but I just feel like you just never know with Dallas. But I want to also say this, Asia don't got to do shit. Asia don't got to go out there and score 80 points. Asia don't got to go prove herself, because she's proven herself all season and nothing came of it. So Asia don't got to do, excuse my French again, a motherfucking thing. If she has a game and she scored 12 points, so be it. She's proved herself. She's done enough. She don't got to do a damn thing. And
I'm gonna say so did Breanna Stewart.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think the game will be honestly, I see it going like the first game. I think it'll be close at halftime. And I think Vegas pulls away. Yeah, as long as Vegas is rebounding, they'll be solid. And that was the difference maker in that second half. Dallas was getting a lot of second chance points in the first half. That was honestly what kept them in the game. And honestly, the games that were close, Dallas got a lot of second chance points throughout the regular season. But when Vegas, guards help and rebound, and Kia aggressively goes after rebounds, and it's like a whole team effort to rebound, then it takes away those second chance points for Dallas. And when you take away that and couple that with how well Vegas offense is flowing, because they're trying to play big, Vegas is a little quicker, smaller, so Dallas struggles a little bit. And then Vegas they do a really good job of frustrating Dallas, like a really good job. Dallas is easily frustrated, but when things aren't going their way, which happens a lot when you're playing a Vegas team, sometimes they get frustrated and everything kind of couples. They get lazy on defense. They start rushing shots and having little turnovers here and there. And a rush shot to me is a turnover in itself. It might not show up on the stat sheet as a turnover, but when nobody else on your team knows the shot is going up, or they're not prepared for the shot, then they can't really be prepared for defense either. And so other team gets it, and they're going in the opposite direction. And Asia was outrunning everybody. Easy buckets, whole second half.
All right.
Can I talk about Drake?
Yeah.
Hold on. Real quick, just let us pray that Deja, channels her energy and doesn't go diving for balls. Amen. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, you was in New York?
No. Drake was not.
Oh, he was in Atlanta.
It was terrible. I mean, I like Drake. I like his music, so it's cool. But this concert, I have never seen anything like this, y'all, in my life. For one, some man named Central C opened up for him. I couldn't tell if it was a black man or a white man. I don't know what I was looking at.
I hate
okay,
that experience.
it sounded he was rapping in cursive. I couldn't. So that sounded like a lawnmower. So then Drake comes out, right? And these stale braids, the damn braids look like Rashard profile picture. It's like you couldn't get your braids done no better than that. You know what I mean? Like they was raggedy, like you in a concert. 2, Drake wants to be Jamie Foxx, Luther Vandross. I don't know what, y'all. He was singing like his ad-libs was singing. He was just singing. He was just. I'm like, you are not a singer. Like,
and he was
if you're
killing
doing
them notes, Lo.
No, he was not, and it was awful, and it's loud.
It's terrible.
Well, guess what?
It's awful.
He was killing
Rashard,
it in New York.
I sound better than Drake.
He was killing it in New York.
You're crazy. You're delusional, just like he is. Then y'all, he's singing. So it's so bad. He's changing the beat to the songs because he's trying to sing raps. So now when he's changing the beat to the song, he's getting off beat. So that the DJ is literally waiting on him for the beat to drop because they waiting on his ass to stop singing. Right? Then don't I got a statue of a random man, which I found out is the Virgil man. You know, oh my God, the Virgil. Had no clue. I thought it was Kanye West. I don't understand why he was standing there.
You did not know that was Virgil the whole time.
I'm not a fashion girly. I let my abs and my face do my outfit. I'm a cute bitch. I don't need fashion. So then so he takes like this break. First of all, he's out of breath. He's skipping all over the stage. I'm thinking he's finna fall. Then he does his break. He like, I'm gonna go to the DJ booth and play some of my songs. I just want y'all to dance, like have a party. Y'all, he starts playing the songs, but he changed the beat of that too. So we trying to, he playing controller, but he put like this island flair on it that don't mash it, don't vibe. He's like he's never taken a music class to merge the songs. So everybody just kind of standing there. And he like, oh, ain't nobody dancing, nobody moving. Yeah, this shit stinks. Like, you're ruining the vibe. You're killing
See, that's
us.
Atlanta.
What? Shut up, Rashard. I'm not done. Then he gets back on the stage. It's a random shark floating, a random damn sperm cell. I don't know what type of man want a sperm cell floating.
And Peter Pan. Don't forget about Peter Pan.
Then it's a random zombie bride. Like, why is a zombie bride floating in the air? I'm just confused. Then a random...
You couldn't see his music videos?
No. Then a random pinup doll. And I'm just like, what is going on? And then 21 Savage came out. Admittedly, he was a better performer. But then he looked like he needed a detox and some water. I just don't know what... It was just bad, y'all. I'm confused. I don't know what I just watched. I'm not sure why he was singing like that. I'm not sure why his braids look like that. I'm not sure why, like, we... were like you for the music, but you switched up the beat, the song, and then not to mention he did Look What You Done and had to read out of a composition book, and then it was some little boy that I guess was supposed to be him, but I couldn't even tell if it was a real little boy or AI.
He's real.
It's a hologram.
Oh, it's not.
I knew it.
That boy is real.
No, it's real.
No, he's real.
Ain't no way.
Lo, he is real.
Ain't no way.
They took a whole picture together.
Because let me tell you.
Drake look
alike. But he's not in the arenas every night, guys.
Yes, he is.
No.
It's a hologram. They said
no, it's not a hologram. It's real.
No. Not them faces.
Oh my God, this nigga's learning Santa Claus isn't real either.
No, them weird faces he was making, sure, and it was offbeat. It was weird. It was odd.
know. That's the little kid. That little kid probably not really a Drake fan. He just looked like Drake, and he just grabbed that child.
But no. I'm talking about.
Ain't no way you look like a celebrity.
The body movements were odd. The body movements, the smirks. It was just odd. It didn't.
He's real. He's just an odd person.
It's a robot.
He is real.
That's AI.
We're gonna have to talk about this later and explain the Tooth Fairy as well as the Easter Bunny.
No, it's okay. That boy is real.
I'm so sorry. He's a real boy.
I'm so sorry that was your experience in Atlanta. Like, I'm sorry that was your experience.
I just want to say that Beyonce second day of Houston Mute Challenge was impeccable, and I'll be seeing her in Kansas City on Sunday.
That's such a weird finale, and I get why it happened, but it's just weird to be like
get that off my chest.
Houston and then Kansas City. Drake is mid. I would like to point that out.
No. Don't do that, because I think the longer the boys are in the industry, the weirder they get. Because when I saw him in 2011, 2012, I had a time of my life. It was great. But now, I don't get why. Okay.
Okay, well, direct all you Uvu fanboys, direct the hate to @natural_wonder.
Tyler, do you know what Uvu is?
Huh?
Dang.
Oh my God.
Do I know what Uvu is? The app?
Uvu.
It was an app. That one.
Oh, what are you talking about? OVO? Like, which one are you talking about?
Well, Shawnee said Uvu, so I actually.
Yeah, I don't really care enough to.
What?
I don't care enough to pronounce it how they would like me to pronounce it.
Do you know what Uvu is? That's what I asked.
What does the Drake letter stand for?
October's very own.
October's very own. I know. Yes.
What month of the year is October?
Oh my God.
It's October. What do you mean?
What month?
Like what number?
10, eh?
That's what I meant.
10. It's the 10th month of the year.
Sean, you gave him too much time to think about it.
I know those tactics.
No,
it's a hologram.
No, it's not, Lo. It's real.
He's so upset that it's a hologram.
He's real.
No, he not, Shard.
Yes,
Rashard believed with all his heart.
That's the man who voted. That's probably the person who voted A'ja Wilson for. That
I
nigga
done searched it up.
Shard trying to find him a Dominican woman to have a Drake lookalike.
I done searched it up before I went to the concert. I done saw it all on TikTok. That boy is real.
No, he's
Lo
not,
standing like the lady on the plane.
He's feeling so hurt.
It's not real.
That
boy
man
is
not real.
He has a whole name. I don't know the name, but he got a whole
I'm
name.
about to
Shard gonna make a
name.
name. Shard made a name for him.
I think that's real. Look at that.
She said weird. Like, that boy's real.
No.
Yes, that boy's real.
Rashard, are you okay? Rashard, are you okay?
That look real to you?
Shard stands the boy.
Oh my God, Rashard. All right, we're gonna have to do
Nikki
media
and Drake,
literacy.
like, be fucking for real.
And look at his hand going through the hand. How do you think
He's
that's
about
real?
to be deep faked. About to lose all of his Christmas money.
Take his voting eligibility away.
All right, you know what? Yeah, the committee's not the best. I'm sorry.
Just know if we do ever get a report wrong, it was Shard.
It was Shard.
No, the hell
And
it
we
was
will
not.
yeah, no, because if
It was
you
not
think,
me. It was not.
oh my God,
If you see Shard
I can't
reporting,
believe that. All right, folks, we're gonna be on playback for these games, correct? Yes, yes, we're gonna be on playback. Yep.
I just want to say that Breanna Stewart tried to bring Ruby up there, and she didn't want to take the heat.
Red
so
Ruby
she
the
left stand.
sleeves.
Bye, y'all. Bye.
If all hearts and minds are clear.
Not ocean spray.
What's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all crazy.
That's a good shit.
That baby's a barb.
You said that baby's a barb?
A barb? Yeah, Emma's face. That's his
We'll see y'all on playback.
Do not call that baby
We'll
a
see y'all
barb.
on playback. Bye, y'all.